This summer, I will shoot 3 short films. One of them is written, ready to go almost. One of them is very simple, very straightforward. The other one, I have time to prep and to write and to do all of that stuff because it's gonna be happening later in the summer. But why? Well, first of all, let me just cop to something right now. I'm low key. I've been chud maxing, in this last few months. And when I say chud maxing, let me just be super real. Call it what it is. Fucking raw depression. It happens. It happens to me like every year. It's awesome. And I just had to get through finals. That was like my big thing. I had an event that I was a big part of right after finals. Got through that, and here we are. To be honest, like it's like a few days later. I had a few days to recover. I had some stuff to do. This summer, I basically don't want to be a chud. I just think I know myself. I know the potential that I have, right? I know that I really got it in certain sense. Obviously, still lacking in a lot of stuff. That is just how it is. That's what it is to be human. I'm working on it. But I've had to come to terms with the fact that if I want any sort of long-term lasting success, I need to build my life around maintainable systems, because otherwise I'm not gonna do it. That's just, I gotta accept that. So what do I want to do this summer? One aspect is videography, getting clients and stuff, all that boring shit. But trying to make some money. That's how it is. And if I could make money doing that and not have to fucking go work some bullshit retail, that would be ideal, because that type of job will fucking steal my soul and all my energy, and I would rather avoid that, to be honest. And I like doing video work, like, obviously. The thing about videography that is a struggle for me is never the technical things. There's sort of a psychological barrier that I hate selling things. I think maybe that's just like a creative person thing. But although, I'm going and I'm selling my labor, I'm selling a service, it's not something I'm naturally good at. But it is something that I will work on this summer because I want to get paid, right? And if I want to get paid, I got to go get money from people who have money. So that's a big strategy, right? I can do all the cool artsy shit I want, but they don't have money because I don't have money, right? So that's more collaboration. And that's a huge aspect of it. But if I want money, I gotta go people with money. I gotta go into the dragon's den, so to speak, Canada reference, and sell myself as a solution to their problems. I mean, I think that's what sales are. That's the core aspect of it, right? These people have money, and if you have a certain amount of money, it's much easier to pay someone else to deal with problems that you have. So you just gotta find people that need your service. Cool. Something else I want to do this summer is this YouTube, social media, I think, but YouTube especially, just putting something out on a regular basis. I keep telling myself if I start doing consistent posting, I will grow, which is true. Like, I know I got it, bro. Don't even worry about it. My problem is I've never been consistent. So again, I have to look at this in a way of like a system. How can I set myself up so that it's easy and fun, and that I want to do it and that it gets done? Do I know exactly what that is yet? No. But part of it, I think, is just lowering my standards, like I'm doing right now. Filming on a webcam. I'm just at my desk. I'm just fucking talking. Good enough, right? It's good enough. Now, that brings us to the last thing I want to do this summer, which, as I said before, 3 short films. Why 3? Because that's what I got in the tank. I think I can do it. I'm not putting them out this summer, let's be clear. I'm going to be editing during the year. But the 3 short films are different enough that I think I could benefit from having very different things in my catalog that I'm kind of putting out at the same time. Obviously, I want to submit to festivals, so I can kind of strategically submit to different festivals with my different works. Being a up-and-coming filmmaker in this day and age is very interesting because by all sort of conventional wisdom, I'm fucked, right? If you if you look at like how someone would get into the film industry like 10 years ago, 5 years ago even, even going back to 20, 30 years ago, like, you can't do that anymore, especially position I'm in, right? I'm in Canada. I'm not going to the US anytime soon. And I see a lot of stuff on social media about what is it going to look like for filmmakers now? What is the strat? How do you it's like, oh, our film festival is a waste of time. Some people think so, and there's validity to that. I get their point. Like, a film festival is not going to get you an offer. It's not going to get the producers really on your dick trying to, get your shit made. And that's fair. Like, that's super rare for that to happen. I think my strategy, and this is the thing, right? My strategy bets a lot on myself and on my own ability, which I'm fine doing, because who else am I going to bet on, right? I think my goal, rather than saying explicitly, oh, I want to go submit to festivals, hopefully win something so that, I can like make connections and get in touch with producers or whatever, studios. This cuts to the core, I think, of this video. Maybe we'll see about the title. But I am not a filmmaker as my core thing. I am an artist, and making movies is the medium that to me is closest to what is in my brain. It's the most compatible way that I can express myself. And I think that's a big difference, right? That's the difference I see between me and some of my, what am I gonna say, my contemporaries, some bullshit like that. A pitfall, I think, for a lot of people getting into filmmaking is, first of all, the technicals, right? Because you gotta have a lot of technical knowledge. Thankfully, I have accrued this technical knowledge over a number of years. I'm a fucking nerd. I love that shit. It's awesome. But that's like a small part of it. It's nice to know a lot of that stuff, but that's not what filmmaking is, right? I could be a filmmaker with fucking pencil, paper, and like just a recording of my voice, right? Like, you just need image and sound optionally. Being a filmmaker is being a storyteller, and being a storyteller is being an artist. And I think, to me, the best way to showcase what I've got, because for me it's not necessarily that I'm the most technical filmmaker, that I'm the best, I'm gonna have the best image or whatever. I don't really care about that. I think I'm in tune with myself. I think I'm very intentionally developing my creative process, and I'm very aware that I'm young and I'm fucking stupid, and so I have to go and I have to make these mistakes initially. I have to go try stuff out. But at the core of what I make, I always ask myself, why, right? I think in today's day and age, the internet is becoming less and less human. Contemporary media, mainstream media, upholds, supports, and directs towards the reproduction of capital, if I can be fucking nerdy for a sec. And people are fucking sick of it, right? People talk about the movies that are coming out. Granted, like, we've been having some better movies coming out recently, which I'm very thankful for. Mainstream, you can feel it. So much of what gets made now is fucking slop. Excellent term, right? I think it really captures it. So I don't want to make slop. I want to make the most human thing that I can make, the most honest thing that I can make. I think that's really it, right? Everyone's trying to bullshit you. In a world where everyone's trying to bullshit you, I'm here to say something. But what I say is going to be real. It's going to come from a real place, and it's going to be thought out. It's going to be intentional. And I mean, like, bro, I think a lot about stuff, and I think a lot about everything. I have a problem, but low-key, that's why I get depressed all the time. But the advantage is I can channel a lot of that into my art, which is nice. I got it so far away from what I was saying. My strategy, the reason I want to do festivals, is because, first of all, I'm going to also put them out afterwards on YouTube or something, I don't know. But I am building, for me, the key word is reputation, right? I'm very young, very, very young, especially filmmaker wise. So to me, what I can do right now is sort of come out strong, right? If I show out with 3 short films at once, all very different, all very me, and if they're good and if they're well received, it creates reputation, because I know what I'm capable of, and I think I want to show people, and I kind of want to hint at what I can do. Am I like special? No, definitely not. I just know that I have a method that I trust, and I'm gonna stick to it. I'm gonna see how it goes. But even on a small scale, right? In my day-to-day, for example, like, I'm Francophone, I'm involved in that community a lot, and I have a reputation now because I've done good work across the years, across a number of different organizations and stuff. And look, whatever industry you're in, whatever community you're in, people talk, and I think people speak well about other people when they're not looking for it, right? I'm never asking someone to hype me up. I'm never asking someone to talk good about me to someone else. I just go in, I do the best that I can. I try to be a positive force, and from that, people will have a good impression of you, as they should, right? So yeah, that's kind of how my break is looking. Well, I'll keep you guys updated, obviously, because I'm gonna keep making videos. They might just look like this for a while. I don't really know what kind of formats and stuff I want to try. But if we're fucking with this, cool. And I'll check in later. Peace.